Welcome to episode 10 of Les Histoires de Clare. Today we're talking about les tantes hanging out. A few things have changed over the years, but a couple things have not. Guys still like to go hang out at garages or gas stations. But back then, il y avait ce Joël de la Western, au concession. Il y avait la garage at Maurice Blinas, where you could eat peanuts from the dispenser, smoke cigarettes, and drink a bunted Pepsi while your car got worked on. I want ton road check, ready to go. And gas stations used to be open everywhere. You have a l'Altramar au Gruscock, you have a Irving at Church Point next to a Belle Bay Park, you have a Lesso à Norme à Comoville. Gas stations everywhere. You could fuel up wherever you wanted to and stop in and hang out. Most of these garages had like a back seat of a car used as a couch or a chair. You'd sit on that and hang out. Many times you just hang out eating peanuts, boire de Pepsi, puis fumer des cigarettes. It was also the time of the hairdressers, where the women went. See, back then in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s, women had style. They still do now, but one thing they don't do as often is the perm. You would sit in a chair with your long hair, and the hairstylist would put curls in your hair, the T-curler. Now, sometimes beauticians are not magicians, but to get the perm right, you have to sit in a chair for 45 minutes. And these chairs were state-of-the-art technology. And it was recommended by your hairstylist that since you sat in a chair, you might as well bring a magazines or maybe a Jackie Collins book or a Danielle Steele and sit in a chair and wait out. The chair was even fitted with a small little ashtray in the armrest where you could smoke your Virginia Slims, pite menthol, and maybe talk with the person across you who was also getting a perm. This was the magic of the perm chair. So many people could do it at once. You had to sit there and wait and talk and gossip. And once the perm was ready, your beautician let you know, your hairdresser would let you know, the hairstylist. He'd say, c'est pareil, sort la chaise. And you'd get out of the chair, they'd release the curls, and boom, la perm, they're ready. You've come a long way, baby. But we also had a place where kids could hang out. Well, you have a l'arcade, a la bowling alley, and there was stuff like that. People would hang out with their bicycle at night and day. But sometimes there was events that got put on. You have a Hugs Not Drugs. You have a Amica. Puis then you have also La Maison des Jeunes on Friday nights. These were hangout spots that kids could go to, or teenagers or whatever. Just hang out with people of your own age. Isn't that awesome? Now, Clare has lost a lot of stores over the years. You have a Sijubas with their friendly delivery service. You have a Crown Upholstery where they would make a couch, they would make a chair, they would make a coffin, they could give you some rug, whatever you wanted. Custom made, the artisanal furniture, a Crown Upholstery dans l'Anse, long gone. And even Come Home Furnishings in Soniaville, which has changed into so many stores since then. That was an awesome store we could buy furniture too. The one type of store that has always been a mainstay of Clare has been the used clothing outlets, les Frenchies. There's nothing like watching a swarm of people attack a table once a barrel has been dumped into it. It's like everybody wants that Patriots shirt or that Red Sox sweater. It's incroyable. It's like watching Jaws, but instead of one shark, there's like 20 of them. It's incroyable. People like their used clothing. That's why Frenchie stores are the mainstay to this day. But there's one store we've lost, and that's Jackie's Used Clothing. There used to be a Jackie's Used Clothing par Saint Bernard, bit avant tu fasses Wayman. It was awesome. I used to love going to Jackie's Used Clothing. It was the best. We still have our Frenchie stores. Gone are le shop à Julien, le Frenchie à Julien. But we still have Guy's Frenchies, puis les Frenchies à Edwin. Those stores are awesome. There's even that legendary story of when an NBA championship ring got found into a sweater or a pair of pants at Frenchie's. That's awesome. How come we don't got a movie about that? They made like 5 Lord of the Rings movie. I want one movie about the NBA championship ring that was found at Frenchie's at Metegan. Ça c'est incroyable. Which is a reminder, whenever you buy something at Frenchie's, always check the pockets. Now the Frenchie store remind me of one thing. A lot of nicknames in Clare. So many nicknames, family nicknames and personal nicknames. It's incroyable. It's too long to say someone's name like Eric Areala Fidel Onisifo. That gets old. I'm lucky I've never had a nickname. I probably had about 10. But for some reason, people in Clare get a lot of nicknames. There's family nicknames. Les Top, Les Saco, Les Quish. They're great families with great nicknames. That's how you know who they are. But personal nicknames can get touchy. Some people don't like it, and some people embrace it. Some people were given their nickname in high school or in little school, or maybe because they were big, or maybe because they were small, or maybe because they did something funny. Or some people just inherited a nickname from their dad, or their mom, or their family nickname. Their dad had a nickname, and now you have the nickname. That's kind of unfair, but that's how it goes. Some people have embraced the nickname, and their nickname has allowed them to become legendary figures and well-known people in Clare. These nicknames will last forever. People will always know who they were because the nickname is so awesome. That's how it works. If you embrace it, you can become a legend in Clare. People like Tunar, Bill Blue, Space Rabbit. Some people don't know who they are, don't know their real name, but they know the nickname, they know the legend of Space Rabbit, the legend of Bill Blue, et puis the legend of Tunar. In Clare, names start to repeat. Des Como, des Deveau, des Thibault, des Tardio. I've met several Eric Tardio, c'est kinda weird. And that's why nicknames are so important. They differentiate you from somebody else. Over the history of Clare, there's been hundreds of Daniel Leblancs. Hundreds, and there'll be hundreds more. But, like there's only one Clare, there will forever ever only be one Acadin.